Hey YouTube, how you going? Just going to do another video on the world's toughest mudder, how to prepare for it series. This video follows on from my last one and is the neoprene hood. One of the most underrated yet most valuable pieces of equipment you can possibly get for your journey to world's toughest mudder. Doing it last year and wearing this, and also first of all, for the first couple of laps I wore like a compression hood from Under Armour, and then I put this on for laps 3, 4 and 5, and you could definitely notice the difference. That's why I'm going to speak quite highly of a neoprene hood, and getting one that is 5 to 7 millimeters thick. Early in the day, for like the first 2 laps, maybe 3 if you're going to get back early, I do think you can go with just a compression hood, or maybe no hood at all. I think the compression hood, though, it did help retain some warmth, so I definitely wear one. But I think, you know, if you chose not to, it's not going to be as as big a deal as not wearing a hood later on in the night, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of what I went with for the first couple of laps, and then I switched to the neoprene hood, and I'm very glad that I did, because one of the most confronting or challenging aspects of the whole event was the water crossings, where you had to submerge your head under the barrels, and it was bloody cold. There's no two ways about it, and obviously your face is still exposed, and that was freezing enough along with your hands and feet. I don't know what it would feel like if you actually went under that water without any hood on at all and had your whole head exposed, so I just wouldn't want to do that. The hood that I got, there's a couple of benefits of it that I think you should look out for. As I said, it's 5 to 7 millimeters thick. The 5 millimeter stuff typically is just that bit around the face. The 7 millimeters, kind of the back of the head, and I think the shoulder panel down here is probably a 5 millimeter as well. It feels a little bit thinner than the kind of panels towards the head. So the benefits of this hood that I found was that it had this neck piece. Now, you've got a couple of options. Some hoods will actually just kind of come and, you know, they just cut off there, so they miss out its neck piece. And I think that would be a disadvantage, because if you do put this on, I'll try and do it now, show you. If you put it on, it does sit over your wetsuit, so it does stop water getting down inside your neck if you're swimming. So I definitely think that that's a benefit. The other thing I would say, just while I've got it on, is obviously your face is still exposed. So if you were able to find, and I did look, for a separate piece of neoprene that you can kind of have covering this area, I just think that would maybe help cut down the wind chill factor and everything like that. Other than that, guys, you can still hear, you can still talk to people, so there's no disadvantage with that. I can already tell just by having this on now how it would actually help keep your head warm, because it does feel quite nice and snug and cozy in here. So I definitely recommend getting a hood. The other option is to go with an integrated hood. Now, I wouldn't do that for 2 reasons. First of all, if you go with an integrated hood, obviously you essentially are forced to wear it, because if you obviously integrated hood, if you have it on, you know, your head's going to keep warm, yes, but if it's too hot, especially for those first 2 laps, or you don't want to wear it, you're forced to take it off. It's going to hang down the back, and then it will just collect mud and water and everything like that, and really not be a pleasant experience. It also, having an integrated hood doesn't give you the option of switching hoods like I did. So for the first couple of laps, you know, I wouldn't have wanted to wear this actually for the first 1 or 2 laps. It just would have been unnecessary. Perhaps it would be even too hot, especially if you get a more mild day. So you can choose to go with just the Under Armour hood, and then when it gets cold you can stick this on. With the integrated hood, you are very restricted. So that's why I'd kind of shy away from that. And I just think that, I mean, I know that some of the wetsuits as well that have integrated hoods typically tend to be a chest zip. And I'm not really too convinced on going with a chest zip on the wetsuit, but I'd have to kind of give that some more research and thought and try it out myself before I'd say that's definitely a reason for not going with the integrated hood. The main ones really are that it lacks flexibility in terms of different thicknesses at different times of the day. And also, if you choose not to wear it at a point in time, it's just going to dangle down the back, and when you're going through water, it's going to collect water, it's going to collect mud and just get in the way. So that's it, guys, on my recommendations for a hood. Just finally, this is a diving hood, so that's where you're probably going to find one that's thick enough. A lot of the surfing hoods are very thin and aren't really designed, they're very hard to find a surfing hood that's actually designed to be thick. So this is a diving hood, 7mm thick in most of the area, 5mm kind of around the mouth, and I think down here in the kind of shoulder area. The brand is waterproof. It's a Swedish brand, not sure if it's made in Sweden, but it's got a little Sweden tag there. So that's it, guys, for the hood. Let us know your thoughts, what worked for you. If you have any questions, comment below, and talk to you next time.